everybody. It is week 6, and the COVID news is all over the place. I'm not even going to try to cover it this week. You know who your players are. Watch the news, figure it out. I mean, there have been false positives and practice players, or practice squad players testing positive, and it's just all over the place. My mind is broken on it. So just pay attention. And, you know, again, like we had last week, if you've got a player playing either Monday night or even late Sunday and you're worried about a late, potential scratch due to COVID, like a game gets canceled last minute, what you'll do is, if you're worried about that and you've got a player playing in that late slot, especially the Monday night game, send me whatever player it is that you are worried about, and tell me which player you want to sub in if that game doesn't happen. And again, email that also to your opponent, and ideally just email it to the whole league. It'll probably be easier. Anyway, so that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, now, real quick, let's talk about our Week 6 matchups. We got Everyone is Broken. Somehow still pulling it off. They're sitting at 3-2. They squeaked out a win against the Trash Pandas last week. They with a bunch of backup running backs, guys like Chase Edmonds and Alexander Madison, guys like that. So congrats to Michelle. She's crushing it with not a whole lot to work with. She's going against the 0-5 returning champion, 52 ball scratch. Just hasn't been able to get a W on the board. Tim lost a squeaker last week to Jive Turkeys. That was another close one. Those were probably the two closest matchups last week. Anyway, so going against Everything is Broken, maybe he can break into the win column. See what I did there? Next, we got Jive Turkeys, who I just told you squeaked out a win against the 52 ball scratch last week, going against Too Good For You, who fell to me last week. This ought to be a good matchup. These are two heavy-duty teams, a couple of teams that I believe that were both in the playoffs last year, both 3-2. So this is another house divided, so this should be a good matchup. And then we got the Riverside Smash. They lost to the Lloyd Dobler Express last week, hoping to right the ship, get back in the win column against the Memphis Mains, who are 5-0. They have not lost a game yet. So come on, Riverside Smash. Everybody, let's root for them this week. Because otherwise, Drum's ego's just going to, get so big we're not going to be able to handle him. It's going to be too big for the league. He's the only remaining 5-0 team. And in fact, everybody else is either sitting at 3, we have a ton of us are at 3-2, and then and then there's a few other teams that are struggling to get going. But nonetheless, Riverside Smash, we're all pulling for you, hoping you can take down the Memphis Mains before they get out of control. Because last week the Memphis Mains waxed, and I mean waxed, the football team Perry. It was like 150 to like 32 or something like that. It was brutal. And I got to play Team Perry this week, so I'm hoping that they're not like that. They don't come out looking to fight. So, anyways, we're gonna take a quick break and come back with the rest of the matchups. All right, boom. Glad to see you're here. I hope your season's going well, but if it's not, maybe I can help. First, I'd like to introduce you to my little friend Rocky. Rocky's a squirrel that I found, and he kind of makes me think of a thing we call bench grit. We've all had it, where you play the wrong guys and you sit the ones that go off that week. Maybe you sat Joe Mixon the week he put up 42 points, and then you put him in your lineup the next week and sat Todd Gurley, who put up 25 the following week. It's just so hard to tell what to do these days. Maybe you picked up Alexander Madison and then dropped him, and then someone else picked him up and Dalvin Cook got hurt.
you just never know what's going to happen, you know? So you just got to do your best, set your lineups, and hope that it all works out. And if that doesn't work for you, well, you know what I say, just paint yourself a little picture. Maybe a little cabin with a little red roof, you know, something like that. Maybe put a little squirrel over here like Rocky, huh? Rocky likes friends. Do you have friends? Don't get upset about happy accidents. They happen. Just set your lineup, do the best you can. Thank you.
And we're back. All right. Hope that was helpful. Hope you learned a little something about yourself and the fact that bench grit's just a thing that's going to happen in this league, in this game, whatever. Anyways, our next matchup, we got the Lloyd Dobler Express also sitting at 3-2. Like I said earlier, we got a lot of 3-2 teams right now. They're going against the 3-2 Gridiron. Lloyd Dobler's coming off. They beat the Riverside Smash last week. And the Gridirons coming off a tough loss to the Fayetteville River Rats. They got their first win against the Gridiron last week. And in fact, put up a pretty big number, if I recall. Next, we've got the Trash Pandas coming off, like I said, that close loss to Everyone is Broken. They're sitting at 2-3, going against the Fayetteville River Rats, feeling good about themselves. They got their first win over the Gridiron. This ought to be a good matchup as well. And then last but not least, we've got my beloved Lucille's Balls sitting at 3-2. Feeling good after beating the Too Good For You last week. Unfortunately, half my team's on bye and or just got a DWI and is not traveling with the team. So I am in trouble. I've either got guys that are out sick, out on bye, or like I said, they got a DWI last week. So that's where I'm at. But I'm going against football team Perry, who looks like they're gonna have a better week than they did last week. Like I said, they got smoked by the Memphis Mains. But this week, their projection is much higher. And in fact, we are, I think, a point or two apart in the projections. So those are our matchups. We're keeping it short and sweet this week. Everybody set your lineups. Pay attention to the COVID news. Like I said, if you need to nominate a replacement player, respond to the league email and tell us who is the player that's in your lineup that needs to be potentially replaced, and who you want to replace them with if that game gets canceled. And I'll go in and do all that stuff manually. Bubba, I think, was the only one that last week that took me up on it. For example, I think he had Josh Allen was his quarterback, and he was playing Tuesday night, right? And he nominated Herbert, whatever his name is, the Chargers kid, as his backup quarterback. So in case the Tuesday night game didn't go. So that's an example there. Anyways, set your lineups. Let me know if you need to nominate a replacement player. And other than that, I wish you all the best of luck, except for you, Team Perry. I give you my war cry. Ah!